Hey there everyone, back again with another video. So in this video we are going to learn something about Vim. Okay. So last year I heard someone saying that Vim can increase our productivity to 2x times, 3x times or somewhat like that. So I said that I will definitely give it a try, and from that day I started using Vim, and today is the day I basically use Vim 80% of the time. Okay, there are some of the times when I have to switch to some of the IDEs. Still I am not a advanced user of that Vim, but 80% of time I use this Vim. Okay, so basically in this video we will learn how to use Vim, how we can start with some of the basic stuff. So being basically Vim is something that is to some point tough to learn. But if someone learns the Vim, then he or she will definitely be increasing his or her productivity with the help of this Vim. Okay. So I will not go in the background of Vim, why it was created and all that other stuff. You can directly Google it up. Okay. Or if you want me to create a video on that, then I will definitely create it down. You can just comment the questions like that, how we can create, how what is the background of Vim or something like that. Then I will definitely make a video on that. But today basically this whole video will be just a point how we can start with Vim. Okay, so if you are what do we say, noob in Vim, or if you have never used Vim, then this video is just for you. Okay, and if you are a advanced user or an intermediate user of Vim, then this video will not be for you, because I will be explaining just all that basic stuffs that we use in Vim. Okay, so let's just move on to my screen, and I will explain you how we can use the Vim. Okay. So firstly, if you are a Linux user, okay, if you are a Ubuntu user, or if you are a Mac user, then Vim will be definitely installed in your system. Okay. By default, it comes like we have Nano. Vim will also be by default installed in your system, so you don't have to install that. Okay, so but if you are a Windows user, okay, then you have to install that. Okay, you can just go to their official site, that is the vim.org. Okay, and you can directly go to this download portion, and you can directly go and download. If you are a Windows user, okay, you can just go and play around with it. It will give you a exe file, then just next, and it will be installed in your system. Okay, and if you are a Linux user, and if you want to check whether you have Vim or not, if you are a, let's say that a Mac user, and you want to check that whether you have Windows, sorry, Vim or not, you can directly come download from here, or if you open your terminal, okay, and you can directly type Vim. Okay, so you will get something like this. You will not get something like this. One second, let me just go to some this, what I can say. uh, One second, let me just go over this file. Okay, and I will just to move this to. Okay, so if I just clear it out. Okay, and if I type this Vim, sorry, Vim. Okay, so you will get something like this. Okay, you will get you will get a screen like this. Okay, where you will say that there will be, basically it is a new Vim. I have installed new Vim, but Vim will be exactly same as that. You don't have to focus that this is, I am using new Vim, so just do like that. Yeah. So this is the way you can check that whether you have Vim or not. If you type Vim and it opens a editor, okay, then you have Vim installed in your system. But if you don't have, you can directly go to this website vim.org, and you can just play around with the download section. I will just give this link in the description. Okay, if you are a Unix user, then you can directly download it from their GitHub repository. Okay, but in Ubuntu, in all the Linux distribution, Vim comes by default. Okay, we have some of the editors that is by default installed. Okay, and Vim is the thing that is by default installed in the servers. Okay, so you don't have to go over there and download something like this. Okay, and you can directly code over this. So let's start by learning some of the initials of Vim. Okay, So let me just open my editor, not editor, I will say that open my terminal. If you are a command, if you are Windows users, you can just open your command prompt. Okay, and if you are a Ubuntu or Linux or Mac user, then you have to open your this terminal. Okay, one second, let me just firstly disable this transparency because it will affect us. Okay, so this is my terminal. Okay, and if I type vim, you can see that it opens something for me. Okay, and if I type something, you can see that I'm typing something, but it is not doing anything. Okay, because by default vim has some of the what you can say modes. Okay, one is the normal mode. Okay, in which you have to do everything except typing. Okay, except editing, you have to do everything in normal mode only. Okay, so there are three modes. As far as I know, there are three modes, but there is fourth mode. I have never used that. There is one is the normal mode, second is what you can say, visual mode, third is insert mode, by the name says that insert mode, and fourth is exit mode. I have never used this exit mode. I have only read about this exit mode, but I have never used this, so I will not be able to show you what is exit mode. Okay, so this is the way. So firstly, let's say that let me just come out of this scene. Okay, and let's start by creating some of the files. Okay, so if I want to create a file, okay, so what I will do, and what I want to do, let's say that I want to let me create a file folder, sorry, uh, vim tube. Okay, and if I just go inside it. Okay, and now what I want to do is that, let's say that I have to create a file and then I have to start editing that. Okay, so one of the way that most of us will do is we will create the file and then open that in an editor. Let's say that I will go with the touch abc, or let's say that index.js. basically I'm a JS developer, so I will just go with JS. Okay, and then I will just open it with any of the editor like in nano, index.jsx, or anything like that. Okay, but if I don't want to open it like this. Okay, let's say that I don't want to do this thing in two steps, then what I will do, I will directly type, firstly let me remove that index.json. Okay, and I don't have anything good. Okay, so firstly let me increase this size of this. So firstly what I will do, vim and index.js. Okay, so it will open the index.js in vim editor. Okay, so let's say that I have to start editing. Okay, I want to write some of the code. So what I will do, I will type I. Okay, and by writing I, you can see the point I have written I, you can see that at this top, at the bottom, you can see that I have something known as insert. Okay, it says that you are in the insert mode. Okay, and if and here I can directly write anything. Okay, you can see that I can write anything. But if I'm not in the insert mode, okay, look, if you cannot see anything here, okay, if you are not able to see anything here at the bottom of your screen, then it means that you are in the normal mode. Okay, by default vim opens in the normal mode. Okay, so if I have to start editing, I have to go with the first is press I. Okay, I have inserted I, so you can see that we have insert mode at the bottom of my screen. Okay, and now I can start typing any of the thing that I want. Okay, so let's say that I will just create a function, and let's say that its name is hello world. Okay, and inside this I will just say console.log. Okay, and hello world. Okay, and after this I will call this hello world. Okay, so we have created this file. Okay, and we have written the code. So first thing comes in mind, how I can save this file. Okay, so in order to save this file, firstly what we will do, we will come out of the insert mode. Currently we are in the insert mode, that's why we are typing. So for exiting the insert mode, what we will do, we will type or we will press escape, okay, in your system. So we'll press escape. So you can see the point I pressed escape, insert mode is gone, okay. And now if I want to type anything, I will not be able to type, okay, because we are not in the insert mode. So in order to type you have to be in the insert mode, but if you are not in the insert mode you will not be able to edit anything. There are some of the key combination that might lead you to write some of the things, but most of the time you will not be able to write anything in the terminal, okay, or vim editor. Yeah. So in order to save, your code, okay, this code is in there, okay. So in order to save your code, what you have to write, you have basically, you can say that we will not use word save, we will use the word write, okay, because we are writing the whole thing in the what do I say, text file, okay. So write starts with w, okay, and by default small w. So what we will do, we will press colon, okay, and w, colon and w, okay. So the point I have written colon w, you can see that I have colon and w written in this bottom of my screen, okay. So the point I have written colon w and then enter, you can see that it has given us a line, index.js new 5l71c written, okay. What is this 5l? 5l basically says that you have 5 lines in the in your file, and written means it is written the code. It means that written is exactly equal to the save, okay. For time being you can assume that, okay. So this is the way in which you can save a file, okay. So now second thing that comes in most of the mind, okay, if you have just started using vim, okay, if you are in the college, the point to I have started using vim, okay, I have heard about that, I was most confused about how to exit the editor, okay, because I was not able to exit. I can directly what you can say, close the terminal, but this will not solve the issue, because if I have saved that and I want to quit out of this sorry, if I were to go out of this editor, how should I go, okay. So if you can just say that if I have written the code, so I have to quit this editor, so that I can go back to my terminal part, okay. So quit start with q, so we can say that colon q. So colon q will do that, it will quit your vim editor, enter, and you can see that I am back on my uh, terminal, okay. So firstly, one second, I will do this, I will increase this size also, okay. So this is a way. So it means that if you want to save, colon w, if you want to quit, colon q, okay, you will be able to quit your code, okay. So now let's just move in the code or in the vim part also, forward. So I'm in the insert mode. So how we can go in the insert mode? I will just use the word I, sorry, letter I. And if I type the I will be in the insert mode. You can see that it is in the bottom of the screen, okay. Now what I want to do, let's say that I want to I'm exiting out of the insert mode. I'm in the normal mode now. So what I want to do, I want to go down. Okay. So I want to go down at the last of the code. Okay. And I want to do something. Okay. So one of the way is that you can use the arrow keys. Okay. But the point of using Vim is to not use the arrow keys, okay. The point vim was introduced because at that time the keyboard that were used don't have these arrow keys, okay. So so in order to go down, or what you can say, travel in the whole code, you have to use only the h, j, k and l letters of your keyboard, so that you can move forward and do all your code, okay. Because just because we are using h, j, k and l, because if you are typing something in the code, then your these four fingers will be on, first will be on h and second will be on j, this will be on k and this will be on l. Similarly this will be on a, s, d, f, okay. So this is the original position where we were taught how to type in the what you can say, if we were learning typing, okay, we know that we have to firstly put this finger on A and S and other stuffs. Okay, so we already have our hand on H, J, K and L. So why should I go down to my this arrow keys and do all the other stuff? Okay, so we already have this. Okay, so we will not go on this arrow keys, and we will try to not use mouse also. Okay, because Vim says that I am increasing your productivity, so just become lazy. Don't move your hand just 2 inches down to the arrow keys or 4 inches left to your mouse. Okay, so how we can go down? So in order to go down, you have to use J. J is used to going down. Okay, J used to going down, and K is used to going up. Okay, J for going down, K for going up. Okay, and if I want to move left and right, okay, if I want to move left and right, so I have to use L in order to go right. Okay, and I will use H in order to go left. Okay, so left and H for right. Okay, so in order, let's say that for quitting it was Q, so left and right will not be for L for left and R for right. It will not be like that. So H will be for right, L will be for left, J will be for down, and K will be for up. Okay, so we will use that thing. Okay, so what we will do, like, let's say that what you can say. Let's say that I have a list of lines. Okay, keeping that apart, the second thing that we use is that how we can copy paste, because copying pasting the thing in Vim is some of the trickiest part. Okay, I was not able to learn that in approximately 1 month. Okay, after that I have find many of the other stuff. Okay, so here what comes the visual mode. Okay, let's say that I want to copy this line. Okay, this whole word. Okay, hello world. So how I can copy this? I will just type V. Okay, so you can see that I am in the visual mode. What a visual mode does, that it will show you that the thing that you are selecting, it will select it for you. Let's say that I will V and I will type H, so you can see that it is doing something. It is visually showing me something. Okay, so the point it has done, and now if I want to copy it, okay, if I want to copy it, basically copy in Vim stands for yank. Okay, yank. So yank stands for starts with Y. So we'll type Y. Okay, so yank will do copying. Okay, and let's say I want to paste the whole stuff, okay, downwards. Okay, so O, if I type small o, okay, so it will just to go in the insert mode, the line just before it, so just after it. Okay, let's say that I am here, okay, I am here. Okay, anywhere, and I am typing O, I am going on the next line with the insert mode. Okay, and if I am here and I am typing capital O, I will go on the insert mode line just above it. Okay, okay, so if I want to paste that thing as I know that I have already copied this, okay, I have yanked it, I want to paste it just before it. So what I will do, paste stands for P, sorry, paste starts with P, so I will type P, it will paste it. Okay, and if I again type P, it will again start with doing this stuff like that only. Okay, I am just doing this like this only. Okay, so you can see that if I type P, it will just paste the stuff that we have already what you can say copied, okay, or yanked by the terminology of Vim. Okay, so this is a way. So let's say that we have, if I go down, uh, you can see that we are on approximately line number 125. Okay, you can see that by default Vim shows here line number 125, and on the first letter, if I go here, you can see that number of letters we are on. Okay, so it means that this is the 12th point where I am. Okay, so if I have to move up or move down, okay, of the whole, let's say that I want to go at the top of the screen, okay, top of this code. So what I will do, I will just double tap G, double G, small double G, I will go at the top of the screen. Okay, and if I want to go at the last of the screen, I will type shift and G or capital G. Okay, So double G will let me go at the top, small capital G will let me go at the down of the screen. Okay, and let's say that I want to, we have talked about copying, we have talked about pasting, but let's say that we have to cut something. Okay, let's say that I am here. Mm, I want to cut this whole thing. Okay, so this till end. So what I will do, I will just visual and V for visual mode, capital G. Okay, so for, what I have done, I will show you. Line number 5. Okay, so let's say that I want to cut the whole thing from this line till the end. Okay, so or I let's say I have to copy that. So what I will do, I will type V for getting the visual mode, and I will type shift G. So what it will do, it will just to visualize the whole code from the line you have done that. Okay, so this is visualized. Now either I can copy it, either I can delete it, or something else I want to do. Okay, so let's say that I have shown you how to copy it. Just I will type Y and everything will be copied, but I want to show you how to delete that. Sorry, how to cut that. In normal we can use control X to cut. Okay, but here it is not like that. So in order to cut that, you have to use D. Okay, D, if I type D, you can see that everything is cut. Okay, D has two uses. Second one I will show you next point. Okay, and now I want to paste that thing just above it here. Okay, so again for pasting we will go with the P. It will paste all the other stuff. Okay, so this is a thing that we have done. Okay, now the second use of D. Second use of D is that it can delete the whole line. Okay, if I double tap D, double D, 2D, so it will delete that line. DD, it is deleting that line. Let's say the function double D, double D, double D. It is deleting all the other stuff. Okay, and if I can combine the whole stuff using numbers also. Let's say that I want to delete 5 lines. Okay, firstly let me just delete the whole stuff. Okay, and let's say that I am doing something. Let's say that hi. Okay, and visually, and I am just copying it. Okay, append and paste. Okay, and I am just pasting it again. Paste. Wait a second. Okay, file, paste, 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 paste. Okay, so we can see that. Let me do one more. We have 10 lines and we have pasted everything here. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to delete the top 5 lines. Okay, so what I will do, I will just go DD and then next line DD, then on next line DD, then on next line. So in order to what is our thing, we can combine the whole stuff with the numbers also. Okay, so what I will do, I will just type 5 5 5. You can see here we have written 5. Okay, and D. Okay, the point you complete a shortcut key in the Vim, it will automatically do that. Okay, like 5 D, it has deleted everything. Okay, this is a way in which you can delete and do stuff. Okay, and let's say that you want to go back, you have not saved anything, but you want to go back to your previous stuff. Okay, you can directly go back, you can undo all these stuff. You can just type U, it will just revert one step. You will type U again, it will revert again one step, again U, it will again revert everything. I'm typing U, it is reverting back everything, going back one by one step. Okay, okay, so you can see that I am on the starting point of the code that I have done. Okay, let me show you something. Okay, but this thing, you can see that we are already at the oldest changes. Okay, so let's say that I am typing something here. Okay, and I am saving it. Okay, I am saving it, and after that let's say that I am doing any other stuff. Okay, and if I do undo, it will not take me back at the starting of the screen, it will take me back to the point where I have saved. Okay, you can see that I have saved at this point, so we are at the oldest point. Okay, so this is a way where you can base, this is the basic thing of our vim. Okay, there are some of the other keystrokes that we can use, but being this video will be a little bit long because approximately it is a 20-minute video. So I'm just stopping my video here, and I will definitely continue to make some more keystrokes and key combination videos. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, and if you are new to this channel, and just give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. And if you want me to make some of the other stuffs regarding coding, programming, okay, in node.js, flutter or in android, then definitely comment me down and I will definitely get back to you on that. So that's all for today. And yes, all the keystrokes will be given in the description below, just check it out. Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you, have a nice day.